Hi, welcome to our math. Today I'm doing a series of videos on inequalities and the absolute value of inequalities. This says solve the problem, graph your answers, then write an interval notation. So the one thing I'll say about absolute value problems is you cannot do the trick of absolute value problems until your absolute value piece is isolated and alone. That works on this problem, but over here we have this pesky plus 4. So I can't do anything until I add 4 to both sides. I'm going to bring the inequality down so that I have 2x plus 7. Absolute value of 2x plus 7 is greater than 17. Okay, now I can go about solving my absolute value problem. When you solve an absolute value problem, because absolute value is a V graph, there are two solutions. To find your two solutions, the first one is exactly written as is. 2x plus 7 is less than 17. The second solution is found by writing what's in your absolute values as is, 2x plus 7, but then you change everything else. Is greater than negative 17. You change your inequality sign and the sign of the number after your inequality sign. That's because what's in your absolute value, if it comes out negative, gets turned positive. So if this is 16 or negative 16, if it's 15 or negative 15, either way it comes out as 16 or 15, so we have to acknowledge the negatives. Okay. So I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. I'm going to get 2x is less than 10, divide by 2, and x is less than 5. Because here I want to bring my inequality sign down to not lose it, and because I divided by a positive, my inequality sign didn't flip, so it stayed less than throughout. For this one, I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. 2x is greater than negative 24. I'm dividing by a positive, so my inequality won't flip. X is greater than negative 12. All right, so I'm going to graph this. Negative infinity, positive infinity. Negative 12 and 5. X is less than 5. Greater than negative 12. So I'm between those two numbers, bound by those two numbers. If I have less than or greater than, I'm going to use parentheses. If I have less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, I'm going to use brackets. Because these are the less than and greater than signs, I'm going to use parentheses because that will mirror what I do with interval notation. So my answer in interval notation is negative 12, 5. All right. For my next answer, I've noted that this is always positive, which means this has to be 0 to infinity. So when is 0 to infinity greater than negative 3? The answer to when is this greater than negative 3 is always. All values of x. There is not one value of x that will make this 0 because it's greater than. This can be 0. And there's not one value of x that will make this negative. So this could be 0, but it will never be negative. So the answer to this one is negative infinity to positive infinity. Because on this side is a negative. Be wary. Be wary the negative number when you're dealing with absolute value. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you on the next video.